Hi everyone, it's Meredith with Soul Navigation, and today I am going to do the impossibly difficult task of talking about the Scorpio moon in the raw and the gritty details. Now, I hope if you're here, you have already watched my entire badass Scorpio playlist, because I have put my heart and soul and then some into every Scorpio video I have ever done. When you understand your moon sign, you understand the deepest needs that live inside of you. Can you imagine how much easier it would be if we all just truly understood each other's moon sign? And I think Scorpio moons are really, really severely misunderstood. They kind of like it that way, and they kind of intentionally create life that way, but also it's how life sabotages them and how they sabotage their own self. I'm going to go deeper into this, but stick with me if you are a Scorpio, or if you're Scorpio rising, or if you have personal planets in Scorpio, a stellium in Scorpio, if you have a packed 8th house, but you have to have at least 2 personal planets in your 8th house. If you just have Saturn and Uranus there or something like that, that doesn't count. But if you've got a packed 8th house with personal planets, any sign, it doesn't matter what sign, you could be Gemini, listen to this video. I am mostly talking about the Scorpio moon specifically in this video, but you could take this energy and you could apply it to whatever planet you have in Scorpio. Also, I want to say this is really very South Node Scorpio energy too. So I definitely want to say that with this moon sign, what you see is absolutely not what you get. Anybody who's involved with the Scorpio moon sign person, this should be mandatory listening material before you go on a second date, because what you're seeing is really not the truth of what's inside of them. And there's all kinds of reasons why this happens. There's a dichotomy there. Now, the moon is the most vulnerable part of us, and that's why I think you just do not see it, nor can you find it very easily, and what the moon is filled up with when it is a Scorpio moon. Because I kind of think of it like, imagine putting your emotions into a treasure chest, Harry Houdini's treasure chest. Then you lock it up with padlocks, chains and padlocks. Then you dump it on the ocean floor, right? That's kind of the depths and where the Scorpio moon person puts their heart, way, way subterranean on the bottom of the ocean floor. When you do get to see this Scorpio moon sign, it is so profound, it is so powerful and so transformative. I also want to say that it's through the moon sign that we connect to the divine. I believe it's where we store our deepest emotions of love. The Scorpio moon is about loyalty, sacrifice, the depth of emotional love, knowing what you will live for. And more importantly, the Scorpio moon person is very much in touch with what they will die for. Scorpio moons are in touch with that part of life that requires sacrifice. If you're a Scorpio moon person, what would you sacrifice your life for? Would you tell me? Would you be so willing to share with me what you would be willing to sacrifice your life for? Is it personal freedoms? Is it another person? Is it love, honor, truth? Because when you're in touch with that and you're a Scorpio moon person, you get the entire essence of your soul. So if you're dating a Scorpio moon person, you should ask them that question. And you should ask them, what would you be willing to sacrifice your life for? Don't get to know their sun sign. That you're going to just see at hello, and you're going to interface with that on a daily, nightly basis. If they've got a Scorpio moon, it is going to be so hidden, and it is going to require crowbars to get into it, because this moon sign is quite possibly the most complex moon sign that there is in the entire zodiac. So Scorpio moon sign people and Scorpios in general are really incredibly aware of mankind's emotional complexity because they are complex. And so they really do understand emotional and psychological complexity, more so than probably any other sign. If they love you, if they truly love you, they will die trying to save you. They will die trying to rescue you. However, the caveat is if they love you. This is by far, hands down, the most loyal moon sign. I may have said Taurus is just as loyal, but Scorpio has this almost impossible time separating from someone they love or someone who they feel obligated to. They have this odd way of staying loyal to things or situations or people that can even hurt them. I know it sounds crazy, but they do have sort of a love affair with the wound, because it's inside the bittersweet and the melancholy and the wound that we actually transform. So oftentimes they are involved with, and they're even loyal to, people who have hurt them. They have a very high pain threshold, emotional and psychological pain threshold, much higher than Taurus. That's why I say at the end of the day, if I had to add it up, Scorpio is a little bit more loyal than Taurus, only because Scorpio is willing to do the really hard, gory work that some uglier relationships require. And I say uglier, meaning if they're not that healthy, where Taurus just doesn't have the bandwidth to hang in there for the guts and the gore like Scorpio does. So they bail a little bit sooner, but not much. They're pretty darn loyal too. Scorpios can take a lot of pain. Sadly, I don't say this lightly, by the way. I don't speak of Scorpios lightly, usually. Scorpios are unafraid. They really don't have a lot of fear. The Scorpio moons have a tendency in their lower octaves of development to be a bit masochistic, where a Taurus really isn't. Think about Scorpios ruled by Mars and Taurus ruled by Venus. Scorpios are pretty equipped for like a gargantuan amount of triage work, right? Like working in the emergency room of the emotional heart. They've just got this gargantuan ability or stamina for problems, for drama, for the messy, gory, gunky parts of life. And they are ultimately, at the end of the day, healers. They just don't give up on people very easily. Scorpios will probably at the end of the day put more energy into helping heal their partners, their loved ones, or healing those who they feel obligated to, and healing their own emotional wounds inside a relationship than maybe any other sign. I would put Cancer in this arena too. However, I do have to say that when Scorpios have given up on you, when they have been betrayed one too many times or betrayed badly to the point of feeling really used, they're done. They will walk the plank and they will not come back. No, that's when they are black and white. I've seen Scorpios hang in there for an entire lifetime. I've seen Scorpios try to heal their relationships forever, not joking. If they really love you, there's nothing they won't do to try to heal and make heal the relationship and make the relationship work. They don't give up easily. They're used to winning. They're ruled by Mars, right? They are used to winning. They just think that they can beat the odds and fix this problem. I know nobody else could fix this problem before me, but I've got a Scorpio moon, or I'm a Scorpio, I can do it. They really just don't give up and just walk away, unless they're not into you, or unless the sex is really bad, or unless you're just like totally irreparable. And I mean, truthfully, if they're still attracted to you physically, sexually, and emotionally, they're going to hang in there. But if they've lost their sexual attraction for you, it's probably going to expire. They're very sexually motivated. This is a sign that needs to be attracted to stay in the game with you. Don't forget that. And if you guys have not watched my Scorpio in Love video, how to seduce a Scorpio and keep them loving you forever, oh my gosh, my top 10 tips, you've got to watch that video. And Scorpios, I want you to leave me a comment if you can relate to this, and let me know if you have in fact already watched my Scorpio playlist. It's probably, well, after Aquarius, love you Aquarians, after Aquarius, it's my #1 playlist. Tell me if you're a Scorpio moon, one person in your life that you can get emotionally vulnerable with. Is there anybody? Is there anybody that can know all your secrets, or is there, quite frankly, nobody? Who's the person who knows most of your secrets? What's your relationship to them? Is it your best friend, your mom, your lover, your boyfriend, right? Did that person ever betray you with your secrets? I'd like to know that too. That is the jugular. That is the Achilles heel question. That is the core. That is the crux of the question for Scorpio moons. The Scorpio moon the aspect to other planets? Is it in positive aspect to your rising sign and your sun sign? And what house it is in, your Scorpio moon, is going to show me your emotional preoccupation and your emotional connection to self, to others, and to the divine. So if you have a third house Scorpio moon, that's going to be very different than if you have an 8th house Scorpio moon. And I really recommend that you go find my video called Sun Through the Houses, or the shorter content video of the sun in the first house, the sun in the second house. I have that on my channel, and you go watch that video so you can know the subject matter of the house of your Scorpio moon. I know that that series is the sun through the houses, but I just want you to listen to the sun through the houses and apply the meaning of the moon to that house so you can know yourself better, because you have to know those two layers to start to understand your emotional complexity. So the Scorpio moon, as you know, is really massively, massively deep and intense. It just, every single pore in their body is intense. And the Scorpio moon is so insanely, intuitively perceptive. And I always say that it comes with the superpower of X-ray vision. I mean, these people can know what color underwear you are wearing. Scorpio moons have this penetrating ability to feel you. Now, a Scorpio sun sign has a penetrating ability to see you. A Scorpio moon sign has a penetrating ability to know you and to feel you. They can pierce your mask and they can see past any illusion your facade has. They can detect a lie. They are the natural lie detector test. They have a BS radar, like BS just walked into the room, BS just walked into the room. They have their antenna up at all times. It's an emotional antenna. It's like a psychic awareness. They will peel off your mask faster than you can unzip your jacket to get to the raw and unfiltered truth of you or of any situation they're trying to see inside of. Now, if you're going to be involved with the Scorpio moon, you're going to need to be a couple of things. The first is brave. You need to have a lot of courage, because they're going to tell you truth bombs for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and for dessert. So you need to be able to handle the truth bombs. Can you guys relate, Scorpio moons? Please tell me, have you been accused of being too truthful, right? Like calling it like it is? And you're going to need to be honest. If you lie to a Scorpio moon person, you're done. You're cooked. It's over. Bye-bye. I can't handle you. See you later. I also mean, like, be a good secret keeper. Like, if you're honest and you say, I promise to keep your secrets, and then you spill the beans about all their secrets, yeah, that's the fastest way to lose your Scorpio. So if you're trying to get rid of your Scorpio, that's how you do it. You go tell the tabloids all their dirty secrets. You do need to be honest for real, and you need to be real. A Scorpio moon person is far more vulnerable than a Scorpio sun sign person, because it's their heart. You're not going to get very far if you're not honest, if you're not courageous and brave, and if you're not real. Like, they cannot stand a fake phony mask. What's really odd about this particular sign, and this is Scorpio too, but especially the Scorpio moon, is that they are going to require you to become vulnerable with them in order to be with them. In order to be with them, you have to be vulnerable to them. What's ironic is it like feels very rarely, if ever, safe to do so. It's like, wait a minute, the requirement here is I need to be vulnerable with you, but gosh, I don't know if I really feel safe being vulnerable with you. Right? Because they're not super warm and fuzzy. The reason why it doesn't always feel safe to be vulnerable with them is because they don't reveal much about themselves at all. If anything, you'll get like a little tiny crumb until you spend years with them. It's so unfair, because I promise you, they are going to get you to literally vomit up your secrets, your soul, yourself, your feelings, and they're going to give you not much. It's like totally unfair. You're going to be sitting there not even knowing why. You're telling them your whole life story. You're telling them about your wounds and the sadness in your heart and the melancholy bits of yourself and the challenges and, your heartbreaks and heartaches. And you're going to be feeling like so gutsy. And it's like being enveloped in this warm and healing Scorpio moon energy. And it's weird because it didn't particularly feel safe to do so, because they revealed held nothing to you, but at the same time, it also sort of felt so good. It's kind of sick. It's kind of a sick good. Can anybody relate to this? Have you been involved with the Scorpio? It's like this sick goodness, you know, that heals you, but it takes guts and courage. It's hard to explain. Tell me if you've been involved with the Scorpio moon person. And by the way, if you're on my channel, I cannot recommend enough that you guys go get my gorgeous natal chart. And if you want to start studying astrology with me at a deeper level and come to my private master classes, I want you to become a superstar, super supporter. I now am offering 2 different levels. I'm offering a lower level where you get tons of free perks for just 25 cents a day, but I'm offering a superstar level where you get to come to my master classes and my tarot party where you get to ask a question. You get to be a part of my small, more intimate circle, and it's just going to be a blast. I'll be sending out the dates and times of my master classes, but you'll get to learn with me, and I'm just so excited about this program. Check it out. Just click the join button and you can go read all about it. Also, I want you to get your gorgeous natal chart. You will get that if you become a super supporter or a superstar supporter. If you don't want to join, you can get that in my starter package. And in my starter package, you get this gorgeous natal chart. It's so easy to read. I design them. And you also get your deep dive natal report. So you get to learn all about you, and your moon sign in there is included. It's just wonderful. It's such a great way to start delving into who you really are. So Scorpio moons are drawn to intense people and intense situations. They like that. They like intense environments. They like to be sort of jolted, if you will. They don't mind being a little bit uncomfortable or on edge. They're courageous like that. They're ruled by Mars. They don't mind the gore, the sick, the unhealthy. If you're broken and if you've been abused or beaten down, they don't mind. They're one sign that these are the people that you should just tell the truth to on the first date, because they are not going to penalize you for your wounds. Why? They understand them because they've got them inside of themselves too. They understand the relationship to the wound. And I think that they seek out this hard stuff, or people who have overcome challenges, or they seek out the underdog, not so much like an Aquarius, but like the person who has been so severely wounded, the bad boy who's trying to be reformed, or the reformed bad boy, or the reformed, bad girl, if you will. And I think it's because they have this intense, powerful drive to help others heal through their ability to create transformation. And they can create transformation in themselves, in other people, and in the world. They are the literal transformers. And think about that. Think about how powerful that word is, to transform something. I mean, take cake batter and build a cake out of it. That's crazy, right? Take lumber and build a mansion. That's insane. I mean, can you believe what we can do? Take a stone and build a pyramid. That's transformation in the concrete world. Well, Scorpio moons do that in the emotional world and in the psychological world. So Scorpio moons understand better than any other sign that they have to deconstruct. They have to tear things apart from their old foundations until it just crumbles to ash, so they can transform it into something better, something stronger, something more fortified. Can you relate to this? Please like and share my video and all my videos. I don't know why, but I'm getting a little bit buried. And if you can please like and share and subscribe. My next goal is 80,000 subscribers by the end of next year. Help me get there by sharing my videos and helping me push them out. I'd be so grateful. So I want to tell you another thing, another virtue about Scorpio moons. These people are very psychic. They can read your mind. I'm not kidding. They know what you're feeling before you even know what you're feeling. They have like laser hearts. Scorpio moon people, it's like their heart just knows. Because they have this emotional knowingness, it gives them sort of an upper hand with you. And they have a very, very, very high EQ. If you're a Scorpio moon, do you consider yourself, have you been told that you have a high EQ? Because you possess sort of a confidence around this ability, you can easily manipulate life, people, and get life on your own terms, and get people to operate within your rules, within your regulations. And you're good at this. You're so good at this. This is also a method that Scorpio moons use to seduce people to deeply confide in them. While again, not revealing much about them, Scorpio moons are going to do one of two things to most people. They're either going to totally seduce them, or they're going to scare the living hell out of them. Yeah. Scorpios, out of the whole zodiac, are the most private people. Scorpio moons can also probably hurt people with their stingers, like Scorpio sun signs, but usually they're not quite as strong as Scorpio sun signs. Usually they're the ones that harbor hurts deeply and intensely, more so than hurting other people. The Scorpio moon person has a very tough and stoic veneer, just like a solid RBF. Do you guys all know what an RBF is? Somebody let my non-English speaking viewers know what an RBF is. Scorpios and Scorpio moons make loving them not so easy. It's kind of hard to love a Scorpio moon person. I mean, they make it tough on us. And I get that it's, that tough veneer and that RBF is to protect your heart. But ironically, it doesn't really protect it. It just really mostly pushes people away. Why do you do that? Why do you make people eat glass for dinner, walk across hot coals, and jump through rings of fire, right? Just to get close, just to earn your trust and your affection and your love. Well, it's because you trust very, very few people in this world, in your life, and you need a litmus test to see if others are worthy of knowing, and I mean truly knowing, your private, true, authentic self. And you come to the conclusion that most people actually don't deserve to know all that. And this is how you weed out the worthy from the unworthy. And it is exhausting for people who just want to love you. People who just want an easy kind of love with you. Yeah? No, you're not going to give it to them. No. You really end up valuing the people that will make the effort, take the time, and try over and over and over, walking across hot coals, eating glass for dinner, dealing with you putting up walls, dealing with your stoic self in order to love you. So you test who is tried and true, true blue, and won't give up on you. I have never in all my life worked harder for a sign than Scorpio. I mean, I have run emotional marathons for them. For breakfast, lunch, a snack, dinner, another snack, and dessert. You need endurance if you're going to be involved with a Scorpio moon person. Loving them is not a job for the faint of heart. Scorpio moons like to be the ones in control. You cannot handle not being in control. If you believe you're in control, you believe you can always know what's coming next and what to expect. They don't love spontaneity unless they have a lot of Sagittarius in their chart. They will speak very truthfully, and if you can't handle the truth, well, don't be with a Scorpio. Go be in love with someone else. But they see the truth as a catalyst to helping you and others transform. I also have to say Scorpio moons are unstoppable. When they want something, they will do everything in their power to get it, and they will not stop. They have a stamina and also an emotional endurance. They are fortified. I mean, nothing will get in their way. They're like a coyote on a hunt for a bunny. And I should say they're like a hungry coyote on a hunt for a bunny. They won't quit. They have the ability to heal themselves and others by being born with this deep emotional depth that others never quite develop to the same degree. Can you relate, Scorpio moons? This depth allows them to see around corners. It allows them to see the truth inside the foggy BS of life, of people, and of inside relationships. This depth also gives them the ability to get life on their own terms, to heal others, to have a psychic knowing, and ultimately to transform. Now, what does a Scorpio moon person need to truly thrive in a relationship? First, they need intense emotional honesty and trust. They demand it. And they also demand undying loyalty. They also must develop meaningful bonds. So they don't want to bond frivolously. And if they are bonding with you frivolously, they don't like you that much. I'm being honest, don't hate me. But they really don't like you that much. So if you're just your Scorpio's booty call, they don't like you. Not that much. I mean, they like you enough. If they're not forming a deep emotional bond with you, and if you really, really want that from them, you need to leave because they are capable of it. They're just choosing not to. And most Scorpios are not really built for a frivolous love affair, just to be honest with you. I mean, can they? Yes, they can, especially if they have Aquarius, Sag, Gemini in their chart. Of course, you got to look at the whole entire chart. You got to look at their Mars. You got to really check out the loyalty factor of their Mars. Scorpio moons really cannot do superficial expressions of love. They don't like it. They don't thrive in that. So if they are doing that, they might have another emotional bond in their life that they're tending to that's deeper. So they need emotional honesty, trust, loyalty, deep, meaningful bond. That's what they need. They're gonna most likely have an all or nothing attitude with you. They don't like living in the gray area. And this is because when you're truly invested as deeply as they invest in a cause, a person, a project, a love, they feel every single emotion in that investment. And they feel it so intensely that they become exposed and they become vulnerable to it. It has 1000% of their investment, and therefore they feel vulnerable to that very thing. So they don't want to let it go and just go start all over again. It's exhausting for them. Now, when they're undeveloped and they're coming from their shadow side, Scorpios are going to almost always sabotage the very thing they want. And it's just the nature of the game. And this is where you got to go watch my whole Scorpio playlist. So a Scorpio moon person desires this deep, loving, transformational, emotional connection with another person. And when I say deep, I mean down to the bottom of the ocean floor deep. Like we are one. And how do they sabotage it? Well, they do this by keeping themselves so emotionally controlled with their icy walls that they make others not understand how deeply they actually really care. They look like they're half in it when they're 1000% in it. They don't show the connection that they actually feel. They don't show the vulnerability of their love. They don't reveal it. They don't reveal their feelings. They put up these icy walls and they don't show their heart, their feelings, their love. And they become sort of immovable and stoic and icy. And sadly, this isn't even what they feel. This isn't even what they want. This isn't even the kind of relationship they want. The one that they're creating is not even the one they want. They just can't bring themselves to reveal their mushy feelings very well. Not until they're really developed or not until they're much older and they're in their wisdom. It's just too painful. Scorpios, will you please comment on this and tell everyone why? Why is it too hard to reveal? Like, help us understand you even more. And when I've worked with Scorpios and Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising, massive Scorpio energy, I get so sad because when they do this and they know they're doing it, their whole calling, their true calling is squandered. And so if you're a North Node Scorpio, don't do this because that is the whole purpose of your life. And what is the highest calling of Scorpio? I would say it is to make an intense impact that forces mankind to emotionally evolve through the transformation of love. I would say that that is most true for Scorpio moon signs. How can you do that if you reveal nothing? That is the massive karmic conundrum for Scorpio moon signs. Please tell me if you can relate to this. I want to also say that Scorpio moon's lives will require a profound emotional courage to survive it. So if they can open their hearts, it's often in their quest for deeper connectedness and their eventual willingness to reveal their vulnerability in love that makes them develop into renowned, loyal, badass leaders in their fields or in their partnerships. And it's truly through understanding other people at the deepest of levels that makes the most meaning out of their life. So it's in that connectedness that they actually find the meaning of their life, but they're afraid that they'll get hurt inside that connectedness, so they don't do it very often. If you meet a healthy Scorpio moon person, they can literally transform their loved ones. They can transform strangers, themselves, even the world. So I'm just going to tell you really quickly, this is my bonus content, the ways that you can bring out the best in your Scorpio moon sign or in your Scorpio moon sign person. Scorpio moon sign people need massive loyalty to the people in their life and to their projects, and vice versa. They need loyalty from the projects in their life, their jobs, their careers, the people in their life, because they do people and projects in life with their whole entire heart. They just look like they don't. And they hold other people, sadly, to the same standard, and oftentimes other people fail them. The next way to bring out the best in a Scorpio is they have to have their privacy. Scorpio moon people have to have healthy boundaries. They have a deep need to be alone. And so your partner needs to respect that and understand that, because you can only really connect with your higher self, oftentimes in your solitude. You have to have a quiet space to retreat to so you can get in touch with your higher self. The next thing for a happy, healthy Scorpio moon is the ability to truth seek. You know, you're not going to shy away from the darker side of life and the darker side of truth. That's what's really admirable about you. Seeking out the truth and being with people that also want to seek out the truth is critical to your well-being. You can't be involved with people who just want to live in denial. It's too painful for you. And I would say, lastly, doing good, solid wound work. So write out keep a journal, write out what angers you, write out what upsets you, write about your sadness. Have a safe place, a journal or something where you allow your emotions out so you can get in touch with your wounds and how you sabotage yourself. When you can get in touch with how you sabotage the very things you want, ironically, that's when you will take your first steps into enlightenment. That's when your soul will truly awaken. You have to have an emotionally safe place or partner or person to do this work with, either a therapist, a partner that you trust, a parent, a journal, something. Scorpio moons can light the way for others. Scorpio moons can lend their powerful emotional strength to others to help others heal, which in turn actually heals themselves. You have to look for the irony inside Scorpio energy and Scorpio moon signs to truly understand their complexity, because they have such a ironic dichotomy that makes them up. I hope you guys loved understanding a little bit more of the raw and gritty truth inside Scorpio moon energy. And I can't wait to finish this series for you. I hope you guys are liking it. Leave me a comment. Please subscribe to the channel, become a super supporter. And anybody who's a super supporter gets discounted readings over at Team Soul Navigation. You can check out all my readers. They are phenomenal. And I'll see you back here on Sundays, every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Take good care. Bye for now.